Right, here's a little over-the-shoulder view of how to do the 3 Burr puzzle. You'll notice that to do that, there are 3 pieces. It's a 3-piece puzzle. The different cards are this, which we call the number 2, because there are 2 cuts, one here and one here. The number 3 card, cuts here, here, and here. Then the 4 card, cuts here and here. It'll be easier to see. To begin this, we'll start with the 3 and the 4. We'll save this one for later. To begin, you could do it this way, it doesn't matter. Any way you want to do it is up to you. Each one is unique in this way. But to begin, we're going to put this right here. So we come in and we let that lock, right? We come to the very end of both ends of the pieces. So on the back it looks like this. In the front we're here. Now because this is a topological puzzle, you have to remember that topology is all about bending your geometry. When we say bend, we don't mean fold, we don't mean crease. We mean bend it. So if we're going to bend a card, right, we could do this, but we don't want to fold it, right? We don't want to crease there because at the very end we want this to be totally flat. So in this case, we're going to bend this piece because that's what needs to come through to get to the other side. So to do that, I'm going to come up and bend. You'll see that it slides through very easily. Right, so now we have this cross section. You'll notice that this is bent. That's okay. We're going to take that bend out later. Right, we're not going to do it right now because this is going to get bent again. But look at this. These are precision made by Sly Designs. You can tell that it's precision because our pips line up here. It's a neat little detail. So we're here, here, here. Look at that. See, once again, the precision lines this up perfectly. That's really neat. There we go. So now we'll take this, right? It doesn't matter which way it's folded, right? As long as the 2 cards are flat together. We're going to come through this section. So to do that, we're going to bend our geometry again, right? Looks like we're about to crease it, but we're not going to crease it. We're going to come through this slot. Whoops. There we go. Right? See how that sprung back? It's because we got it under tension as we bend it, right? If we had folded it flat, it wouldn't bounce back. So now we want to get this up here and these 2 right here. It's going to be pretty easy to do. Right? So line this up. Right? They both slide into their respective slots. Now we want to get this piece to here and this piece to here. Right? We'll start with this side. So you notice that I'm pushing this back so that I can get this corner around this piece. Right? Because now we see that the slot is available. Right? I'm going to hold that in position. Do the same thing on this side. Look, now we've got 3 of them. Right? They're not locked into place yet. We don't want that until we get this final piece into its position. So I'll shift everything over to give me a little more room to work with. And ideally, I want this corner to get on this side of this guy. So I'm going to sneak them in, right? It's a little cheat. It makes this way easier when you do this. Right? You see, it allowed him to slide into position very easily, right? So now we completed the puzzle, but to make this look a little nicer, we're going to come through and try to remove some of those bends that we put into the card in order to complete this puzzle. So now this is pretty straight, right? We have orthogonal angles here, right? This one's a little bent up, so just going to gently pull him down, right? You never want to be rough with any of this. You don't want to force anything, right? Just a little bit of patience. And I'm telling you, after you do 4 or 5 of these, you'll have the hang of it. Your first one, probably going to be a little rough, but one of the things that we've done with these is when we put the cuts into each piece, we've added the thickness of a card to the length, and that'll give you extra space to kind of finagle the pieces to get them exactly where you want them to be. In the end, it doesn't have any effect other than making the assembly of this very easy. Right? So here we are. So we got a little bend here. Bend him back, try to get him straight. And as I go through, right, just line it all up. It's pretty neat. I really like the contrast of these colors next to each other. Really just kind of makes people wonder how that happens, right? And again, because we precision make each of these pieces, this is in perfect alignment, right? It looks like the back of your playing card. That one, of course, it looks perfect because that's just one piece. Here we have part of the ace heart and the 5 heart, so they line up perfectly. Right? Very neat. Now what we suggest is that you get a rubber stamp and put your handle for social media on here. So we are on Instagram. We'll either put Sly Designs or at artisticalyimpossible. We just stamp this on here, and now you have a gift to give somebody. This is superior to the business card model because nobody cares about those anymore. And also, this is something that they're going to display, right? This is a conversation piece, right? This isn't something you stick in a drawer and let it get lost. This is a unique curiosity. Some would call it an impossibility, because for them to put it together, it quite possibly might be impossible, especially if you don't know how to do this. So let's do one more without the markings on it. We just see our cuts. This is a 3, here's the 4, and then the 2. So again, take this to this position, right? That's what it looks like on the back. I'll bend this up, put it inside, right? And now I have my 2 cards together. We'll bend our geometry and come in. We'll let the cards slide in perpendicular slots. Right? Like this one kind of did it on his own. Bonus. So now we only have to move this up to here. So this little part of the card that's protruding out, I want to sneak him to the other side of the red card. And now we're going to have pretty easy time getting this guy back in. Come through, straighten everything up. Pretty straight. This way it's coming down. So I'm going to make sure that's straight in the center because that's probably where it's pushing. This one. Right. Again, these don't have to be absolutely perfect. This is just what I do on these because the straighter it looks, the more impossible the effect appears. There we go. Right, and you see that only took me a few seconds to put together. That's because I put a lot of these together. I'm familiar with this, but you'll be there soon too. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned from it. And do hope you have fun providing this for your audience, your friends. These make great gifts. And it's a way to make sure that your information that you put on here is available to the people that you've presented this to, because they're going to keep this, they're going to remember it, and you're going to get a lot more gigs. All right.